everybody. So this is a new device that I'm using. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let's see. Yep, okay, good. And today we're going to use the Qigong technique of shaking to help loosen up and hopefully get rid of anything that doesn't belong. So that could be tension in the tissues, it could be stuck energy, it could be emotions. So anything that just is not really welcome anymore in the body. So let's just begin with a little bit of spinal movement so that we can catalog and grow aware of the different joints. And those are going to become very important when we do move into the shaking. So I'm going to shift at an angle so you can see how my body's moving. Just start off by taking your arms overhead and then begin to melt the joints, relax the joints from the wrists to the elbows. And then the chin drops and you relax the neck and the shoulders and the upper back. And then the back of the waist, so the mid back, low back. As I go down, my knees bend a little more. My hips soften, my knees start to bend even more. I'm leaning forward, forward, forward. Any amount of ease in the ankles that I can bring in. And now I'm going to stack the spine, starting from the feet. So beginning at the heels, push the heels into the floor, and then line up the knees over the heels, push the hips a little forward. The arms are just going to get out of the way. They'll move to the side. The hips are going to come forward. I'm rolling up the spine. And then the chin comes up and the arms come up last. Yeah? So it's melt down, wrists, elbows, shoulders, neck, upper back, mid back, low back, hips, knees, ankles. And then rolling up, ankles, knees, hips, swing forward, low back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, chin, arms. Exhaling on the way down. And then inhaling on the way up. And notice these joints. Notice what's stuck in there. Is there anything that needs to leave? If you need to take a few breaths, going a little slower than I am, please do so. The visual that I always think of here is those nylon shapes that car dealerships always seem to have. They're blown up and they kind of wiggle around in the air. That's sort of how I see this is, oh, the air starts to leave me and I collapse down and then I fill back up from the feet, through the legs, through the hips, through the spine, through the arms, through the head. Exhaling down and inhaling up. And let's do one more. I've lost count, but I think that's somewhere around 9. And come on up. And then we'll exhale and just let the hands float down in front of you. Okay, so then just pause for a moment and feel into those joints. Notice if there is any leftover tension or discomfort somewhere. And then throughout this shaking, we're going to keep the feet on the ground. It'll be weird because you won't see me moving very much. So if you're just watching this, I recommend you stand up at this point and do it along with me. Otherwise, it won't make much sense, okay? So go ahead and stand up and bring your attention to the body and bring your attention to the tension in the body. So build in just a slight amount of tension through the joints, everywhere except for in the ankles. And then start to bounce a little bit and see if you can let the ankles be relaxed. So the rest of the body is vibrating, bouncing, but the ankles get to relax. And then we shift it up to the knees. So ankles now have a little bit of tension. The rest of the body has tension, but we try to relax the knees. This is kind of tricky. It's like a really advanced form of coordination. Can you relax the knees slightly as you bounce? And then bring your attention up to the hips. And for me, I gotta bend a little bit forward to get into my hips because this is where I hold a lot of tension. So if I bend a little forward, then I can relax the hips. And then I can bring my body back into alignment. And then low back. So now the hips come back into tension. The whole leg is in a slight amount of tension, arms in tension, but the low back, as best as you can, relaxes as you bounce. Mid back, is that possible? That'll affect your breathing, which is the point of this. And then upper back, shoulders, is that possible? Maybe you need to lift the elbows up a little bit to feel that. Can you get the whole spine going? And the neck will just kind of bounce as a result. And then relax the wrists. Let the arms have the tension, and the wrists and the fingers and knuckles don't hold any tension. And then just pause and feel that. And then we do that again. So remember, the whole body is shaking, but we try and relax the ankles. It's weird, I know. Try and relax the ankles. And the feet stay flat on the ground the whole time. And then shift your attention up to your knees. Try and relax your knees as best you can. And then up to the hips. Maybe you need to shift over to one side to feel that. Or to the other side, the other hip to feel that. And then let the hips receive some tension, and then bring your awareness up to the low back. Yeah? Is that odd? And then up through the spine. It'll affect your breath. If you're talking, you'll sound like this. And then maybe the shoulders and the elbows and the wrists. And then relax and observe. Oof. Maybe there's a buzzing or a tingling or something. Let's try it one more time. So the whole body shakes. Feet stay flat on the ground. Ankles relax. Receive the benefits of that shaking in the ankles. And then shift the awareness up to the knees. Receive the benefits of the knees, or the benefits of the shaking in the knees. And then your awareness up to the hips and receive the benefits in the hips. That may be harder to feel. So you might need to move around a little. And then to the low back. Receive the benefits at the low back. And then mid and upper. Maybe the whole spine gets a little bit of a shaking wave kind of thing going. And then the shoulders, elbows, and wrists. And then relax. Did you shake anything loose? I hope so. So take a breath in. And then as you exhale, let the hands float down in front of you. And another breath in. And the hands float down. And again. This time as you inhale, imagine pulling up from the earth a beautiful golden massage oil. And then just drip that oil over the front of your body. Let it cleanse the front of the body from tension and toxins and emotions. Even the front of the arms too. And then inhale. This time pour that golden massage oil down the back of the body. Skull, shoulders, shoulder blades, spine, hips, legs, back of the arms. And then we'll go down the center of the body, through the skull, through the brain, sinuses, throat, the spine, the heart, the lungs, the organs, the bones of the arms and the legs. Good. One more time. Just collecting any little stuck bits that you might need to rinse away. Exhaling it out, let it drip down the body, out into the earth to be absorbed by the earth. And last time. Okay, so you're welcome to remain standing for this. I'm going to sit down. And we're going to come into the 5 healing lights. So first thing I want you to do is bring your hands to your kidney area. Show you where that is. It's far up. Might even be helpful to turn your palms away. Yeah, like this. Hands up on the kidney area. And we're going to visualize the color blue, maybe a little deeper than my pants. Dark, deep, rich blue. Sapphire blue coming in through the bottoms of the feet into that kidney area. Draw it in with the inhale. And as you exhale, let it stay there. Store it. And again. And as you store it, let it glow brighter and stronger and bigger. And the emotion we associate with the kidneys is confidence. Confidence. So we're storing confidence. And now take your hands over to your right side. It may look like I'm on the left, but your right side, where your liver is. And this time we're going to draw in through the legs into where the hands are, the color green, and a deep, rich emerald green, like a lush forest. Draw it in as you inhale, store it as you exhale, letting it grow bigger, brighter. This whole area becomes a really rich forest green. And the emotion we're storing here is patience. Patience. And now shift your hands up to the center of your chest, to the heart. And we're going to draw through the feet a deep ruby red. Through the feet, through the legs, into the heart. Let it store there, glowing brighter, bigger. And the color we're visualizing here, it might shift a little bit to a pink at times, but for the most part it's a ruby red, a rich red. The emotion we're storing here is peace. Peace. Now bring your hands over to your left and a little forward. where the spleen is, or where I think the spleen is. Not too familiar with my spleen. We'll get to know each other over time. So you're drawing in through the legs a rich gold color, the color of wheat. And that color grows brighter and bigger with each breath. And the emotion we're storing here is trust. Trust. And then once more, shift your hands to the chest, but open the hands up a little bit to represent the lungs. And the color we're bringing in here is white. It's a brilliant white. And you're going to draw it in through the feet, through the legs, into the lungs. As you exhale, let it glow brighter, bigger, radiating. And the emotion we're storing here is the feeling of wholeness. Wholeness. Put together, I am whole. Right? Go ahead and let your arms release. I'm going to demonstrate the next one standing. You can stay seated if you like. So remember that gold color. Let's visualize drawing that gold color from the earth. And then reach the arms overhead and visualize a silver color coming down from the heavens. And let your hands float over the top of your head, stacking one palm on top of the other without touching. So your hands and your body, they're all practicing their own version of social distancing. And wherever those hands are, they're penetrating through the body just to see what is there. Is there anything that needs to be cleansed, anything that needs to be nourished or stored, and anything that just needs to move out, move in some direction, right? So we're going to do that with the hands stacked this way, and then turn the palms to face your face, but notice I'm still not touching palms, I'm still not touching my body. And then you bring the hands down in front of the middle dantian and all the way down to the lower dantian. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling that gold color, exhaling, pulling down the silver color. They mix together, they stack, and keep exhaling as the hands flow down in front of the dantians. Just restoring balance. 1 more time. And then pause. Step the feet together. Rest the hands over the abdomen. Breathe and notice how you feel now. Okay. Thank you so much. Next week, I will see you 1 hour earlier, okay? And I will post about it, so don't worry. You don't have to remember. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Anything comes up, just shake it off. Thank you.